See like that. Y'all can see this chicken up here I'm finna do. That's what you do. Get a dose of this game, man. But it don't make a difference if you can see it now. If you can't see, you can't see. Need to see. Let's get it poppin'. So what we got today? I'll tell you what we got. Nirvana, what's going on? I see you. I got me some chicken, man. Y'all know me. Y'all know how I feel about chicken. Me and chicken is like something that when we get together, see, I put some hot sauce on 3, 4, 5 pieces. You feel me? Yeah, I put some hot. No, I was finna get me some fish. I missed that Polo logo. Right. Yeah, I had to get some of that grilled chicken, man. Some of that roasted chicken, but I did. But I do got me a avocado. This ain't this comes straight from me. Yeah, you know, this comes straight from the house. But put a little black pepper on there. You know what you do. Look at that. Good H2O. Right. I got the big boy water back there, you know. I ain't gonna drink nothing tonight. Well, I did drink a little bit earlier, but nothing too spectacular. Now this is that avocado here with that salt and pepper on there. Now I know y'all might think about that avocado and think, well, damn. Well, avocado is good. Mm-hmm. It's good for you, especially when you eat it. You can eat it fresh, straight up now. Yep. That's when you know it's good. But anyway, this is one of my favorite specialties. A lot of people already know that. Mm-hmm. Mm. Cause you can't go wrong. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm. I got lemon. Mm-hmm. 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 Get that taco salad off up in through you. They ain't got lemon though. Just from the house. They ain't got avocado. Well, I think they do, but mm-mm. They ain't gonna give it to you. Mm-hmm. Mm. Damn. You know what? That the lemon juice with that hot sauce with that boy, that is amazing. And something told me to come up with this, right? But I've been meaning to use my lemon all for these other things, but I've been forgetting. I'm like, damn, I forgot the lemon. Mm. Mm-hmm. No, I keep forgetting. But tonight, I ain't forget. Well, I got a whole lemon on there. Mm-hmm. Got the other lemon over there. Mm-hmm. Mm. One thing y'all know, I can eat chicken. Mm-hmm. Mm-mm. I can eat fish too. Uh, chicken is something that I do. Hold on, you know. Mm. Give me one of my cool little towels. But anyway, yeah, chicken is something that I really do. For real. What I do. But Polo Loco got a certain little, hookup, little flavor that ain't nobody got. I ain't gonna lie. It ain't like KFC. Mm-mm. It ain't like Popeyes. Even though I like KFC. I like Popeyes. Yeah, this that macaroni and cheese right here. That's that Spanish rice. Yeah, that's a combination I get. I would. The only reason why I don't be getting people salads because they don't like to put that on the salad. See, I remember back in the days where um, they have all kind of stuff. What's salad? Let's see, we gotta make our own salad. This is how you make your own salad right here. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. No, you make it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But no, it was this right here though. Can't lose with this right here. I told y'all what they did last night when they sold me that beef head burrito. What up, Scott? What up, man? They sold me a beef head burrito. They ain't had no meat on it. Hmm. So I just hit him up and just let him know, like, nah, I didn't see, I didn't see that. Cause I really didn't see it. So that's what they did. So they put that back on there. But on the regular devil, if you order that particular thing right there, it'll probably be like 30 or something like that. But tonight, it was only 17 really, you know. So, that was cool. You know. Hmm. And when you get the fried stuff, you're taking a chance. Mm-hmm. You're taking a chance because some people may fry it right, perfect. Got juice in it, you feel me? Hot, fresh. Got that juice in there, it's fresh, you feel me? Fresh off the press. Hmm. I don't know. Mm-hmm. Then you got some people, They don't let the shit sit in grease too long. You sit it in there, burn it up, you know, and they bring it to you, or bring it out. You get it. Hard as a rock. No, don't DoorDash. Well, even if you DoorDash, see the thing about DoorDash, that who we DoorDash, right? You live in the city, you don't want to be calling back down there. You want to jump in the car. Now you gotta waste time to go down there. Or now you gotta go get the right stuff. Or get them to do it the right way. Get them what they did. And all that. But see, with them, it's you don't gotta worry about it because 99 times out of 10 they gonna do it the right way. But fried places, you taking a chance that they gonna be. They gonna be. I noticed something. If you pull up on them, they're gonna 9 times out of 10 get you right. But not all the time. One time, I pulled up on my soul me some dry. I'm like, God damn. Then gave me like 4 or 5 wings, but each wing was that was really real dry. That's why I said, man, no, I can't mess with them. No, I don't. Now, what I can do, season that chicken, and when I season the chicken, put it in flour, I put it right in the grease. But see, I know when to take it out. You gotta know when to take it out the damn grease. You can't just leave it in there. That's the key. I'll tell you another key. When you frying chicken, you really gotta watch it. You gotta watch it fry. You gotta watch the chicken fry, just so you know the texture. You know what degrees. You know how you got it. You know the crispiness. You don't know how it's gonna taste internally. You see what I'm saying? See, I can do this when you fry. But if you commercial frying, so what you gonna do if you commercial frying? Mm-hmm. Commercial frying, straight deep frying. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Mm-hmm. This ain't that channel. When you come over here, you gotta figure out what you had to snack on today. Come over here, you might get hungry. Mm-hmm. And you don't have to wiggle. Mm-hmm. Come on, man. You see that water? That gallon of water on your arm? Should I chew him and shit? Mm-hmm. When you come through here, you want to think about what you have, what you gonna cook. I ain't cook. Just pull up. Yeah, just pull up. But no matter what, if you cook, if you didn't cook, whatever you did, whatever you do, you gotta figure out what you put on, what you got on the menu. Or did you put something on it, or did you got something on the menu? Mm-hmm. Or you gonna put some on tortillas. Put that tortilla on that chicken. Do it like that. Mm-hmm. Sounds like a chicken burrito. Mm-mm. Chicken taco. Mm-hmm. Soft taco. Right. You know, all I gotta do is this. Take the avocado, put it on top of there, like that. Nah, I didn't made a mini taco on niggas. Mm-hmm. Got the rice right here. I can make a chicken. I can make a chicken wrap right now on this. Show you how to make it. Make it from scratch. Mm-hmm. Put on there. There's a little chicken on there. That ain't really no chicken. We gotta throw something on there. Now, if we want to make a real, I make real chicken wraps. Where you make the fufu. Make the fufu wraps. You just throw a little bit of avocado in there. No, not that much. I'm starting to get full now anyway. Throw a little bit of rice, just a handful. Throw a little handful of rice. Throw a little bit of salt, bam. Throw a little bit of pepper. That's how you do it like that. Take the lemon, wake it up, just like that. Like we was in Guadalajara or some motherfucking where you. Place somewhere down in Mexico. For real. Doing it like they do it. You feel me? And make a little mini tacos. Hold on. Can't be Mexico. Can't be a Mexican taco without the sauce. You hear me? That's the only way it can be. It's the only way it can become a Mexican style thing. Now, put you a little bit of sauce on there, like that. There. That's how you do it. Sit that over there. Then now we ready. Now we can hit it up. Now this a real taco here. This ain't that. This ain't that Taco Bell shit, none of that. Because there's real live meat in here. The only thing we missing is some sour cream, some cheese, and all that shit. But hell, I got some macaroni and cheese. Hold on, we throw a little bit of macaroni and cheese on there. All you niggas thinking I ain't got no cheese. You hear me? This macaroni is cheesy though, and it's loaded. It's loaded with the macaroni now, so it's a whole other thing. Mm-hmm. Burst of flavors. You eat it like that, you're gonna taste about 7 flavors. Mm-hmm. You make one of these, you're gonna taste that rice, that grilled chicken. You're gonna taste that cheese, that salsa. Taste that avocado. Taste everything. Mm-hmm. Yep. Now I know how to make these. You know, 'cause I ain't never made them before. It was at this moment that I decided to make this. You feel me? And what did I decide to do that for? 'Cause I done came up with a new. I done came up with a new recipe, y'all. Mm-hmm. I came up with something new. I got rice. Mm-hmm. That's a good thing I brought that towel out though. This is what y'all want, y'all. Get y'all some of that Dole 100% pineapple juice. This is the best juice that you can get. Get you one of these, get some ice in the morning. Pour that in there, get you one of these off up and through you, and you gonna feel better. You ain't gonna have no choice but to feel better. See, I'm trying to tell you what God loves. Now I know you wonder why I get it in me, right? And I will tell you that's a good question. I had an answer for that question. I had poured that apple juice in there. So that motherfucker full up. When I get ready, if I drink that off, the next thing I do for it will be a pineapple. I gotta get that. But yeah, y'all, so I don't know what they're doing, but I know what they're doing. They call themselves thinking, oh well, they gonna, let's jam it up over here. Let's do this right quick. Let's see if he mentioned that they jammed it up, right? Or if he, focused on the fact that they, jamming it up. Or would he continue on? No, we ain't doing none of that, man. You gotta find something better to do. Well, pretty soon you have to find a new career, not for. Cause if they got y'all sitting up there and y'all supposed to be the ones that run this, and all y'all can do is come to my house and do this to me, well, that's crazy. I mean, I ain't doing that. We just snacking on. We just get something to snack on. Mm-hmm. don't know what makes them think. I don't know what makes them think that this channel is a channel. Boy, I'm trying to tell you, this ain't the channel. Now, why would they do it? Just to make it extra. Make it all extra. But we ain't tripping. Because like I say, some days I come in here, they might have 2, 3, 4 people. Then some days I come through, that might be, you know, it might be 10. Some days from outside or whatever, they might come through, it might be 20 deep. They might, the algorithm might catch it, or it just might be, like, you know what, no, I'm gonna do this. Well, you ain't gonna do nothing to me. I've been here 30 minutes. Yeah, 30 minutes deep with no sleep. So tomorrow, what I'm thinking about, y'all, is on the menus when I got in my mind, I bought some baby what you call it? Baby calf, calf, calf liver, baby calf liver, yeah. So I hope that calf liver is even good. So I'm thinking, well, shit, if that was a calf, did it even have time to build up the shit in the liver for it to be what it was, or was it just automatically what it is? But something told me not to get that. Something told me to get the regular shit I've been getting all my life. What made me want to go in and get the baby calf shit? I'm gonna change the game up. Well, we're gonna try it out. So, you know, season it up, dip it in that flour, fry it, not all the way, just brown it. Pull it out, throw some onions in there, some bell peppers, garlic salt, garlic. You wanna stir that up there, stir that in there. Leave that oil that you fried that liver in there. Put the seasonings, you know, get that skillet, you know, get it all brown, get it right. Get the wooden spoon. Add you some water in your skillet, or you can put some beef broth or some chicken broth. You know what I'm saying? The choice is yours. It don't matter. Let it come to a simmer. That gravy gonna thicken up. As that gravy thicken up, what you do from that point is you just add you a little, you know, you can add a little water to it, or you can, like I said, you got the beef broth. It's gonna simmer. It's gonna rising up. It's gonna get thick. About 4 or 5 pieces. They about like that. It ain't that much. You know, grandma back in the day, she go get 4 of them big containers of that beef liver, and that would be a lot. They be thick too, heavy, big slices. She'll rinse it down. She'll season it up. She'll roll, fry the shit out of it. Throw them onions off in there, and she make that gravy. Then she'll throw it all in there at once. Once that gravy going, take that liver, lay it off up in there. Put that lid on there. Cut that fire down. You cut that fire down real low. See, you know the old school motherfuckers cook. They cook low and slow. You see? That's what they do. They cook low and slow. So they might have some shit out there. It might have been out there all day. Well, not all day, but it ain't gonna be no 20. It ain't gonna, hell no. It gonna be no 10 minutes. Even if some shit do take 10, 15, 20 minutes, they gonna take it and do some shit. They gonna take it from that position. They'll fry some chicken. Motherfucker fry some pork chops. They fry some ribs. It don't matter. Because right after that, they'll take that fried, whatever that is, put that in some gravy and then let that roll until that's a whole nother texture. So it's levels and textures to the shit. So we can go 30 minutes there, or we can go 2 hours low and slow on the gravy. But anyway, the liver going low and slow. You know, after they get hit with the, you know, try to fry it, you know, it ain't thin too, so you know you just gonna, you know, a couple of times to give it that crust on the outside. Then after that, straight in there with that gravy and that onion, low and slow. That's how you go. And then after that, after when that's doing that like that, you ain't worried about it. Then shortly after you throw in a pot of rice. You know, you throw the pot of rice on, and you let that cook. That's gonna be ready. Put the lid on it. So that liver is gonna be rolling real low, but you want that liver to be real tender. So what you want to be able to do with that liver is this: you want to be able to take you a piece of liver, put it on that bed of rice. Then you want to take that you want to take that gravy, and you want to be able to pour it over that. You feel me? That liver and that rice on that plate. So once you do that, that's when you gonna sit down and you gonna get ready to eat it. But see, you ain't see that liver. It can get tough because you be cutting that motherfucker like a tough steak if you don't know what you're doing. It'd be like a heavy duty steak, and you be chewing like a you be chewing like a horse. Or you trying to work with that liver, but you don't know what you're doing. See, I'm telling you how to do it. I'm showing you how to do it. All right. So once by the time you sit down, you let the liver roll for about 3-4 hours. If you can, 3-4-5 hours. The longer it just simmer and just be hot, the more tender and the better it get. And when by the time it cool off and you put in the refrigerator and you eat it the next day, it get better and better. It's some of that. It's some of that type of shit. But it's packed with vitamins. It's packed with iron. It's packed with nutrition. So that's the reason why you want it. That's what you're going for. You're going for where you can get the most out of. So you be thinking you can eat this, eat that. Eat a little protein, eat a little steak, eat a little chicken, eat a little fish. But see, then you have to get them organs. You have to get them organs going. Fish liver, that's good for you. Beef liver, that's good for you. It's good for your heart. Yeah, it's good for your blood. It's good for your body. You need that. You need that energy out of that liver. That's why you eat it. But you don't know, cause you might not even eat liver, so you might not even know why is it important to even have it. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. But tomorrow I think that's what I'm gonna do. It's already out there. So I think I'm gonna put that on there, and then see I'm gonna go with that. See what else I'm gonna do. Yeah, I got some. Yeah, I got these. I got some shit. I gotta put that with that. And I'll probably go with a salad. But that liver and rice and that gravy gonna be. That's gonna be like that. So I can hook that up. That's just a little something, something. But everybody don't eat it. But that's for. Cause we finna get ready to throw that iron and shit around. Yeah, we finna get ready to throw some iron, man. I ain't finna just be sitting around doing this. Ain't throwing it out, doing this and ain't burning it right. Got to be able to burn it right. But the good part about it is that when a motherfucker get to burning and working, that um, it will have something to burn from. See what I'm saying? It ain't like a motherfucker just gonna be trying to do it, but a motherfucker ain't getting nothing in you. See what I'm saying? By the time you start burning, yeah, like, well, I just ate that. Okay, your energy, you burn some energy a little bit, like, but not too much. But when you start burning the energy, using the food as an energy source, a fuel source to fuel the body into the muscle, into the right type of program. That's what it's about. So that's what I'm gonna be doing because I'm gonna channel this energy. I gotta alchemize this energy and turn it into something that's constructive and beneficial. That's what I'm talking about. And this is the perfect thing. Yeah. Cause eating, all kind of different. Oh yeah, big boy. This big boy place too. No, motherfucker gonna have to get and a more healthier choice of certain things. You know what I'm saying? Because it ain't what
You really eating and shit. You know, some shit ain't bad. But I'm gonna be off into certain things. I be eating lobsters and stuff like that. I probably order. I end up probably ordering a couple lobsters this summer. You know, something like that. Uh, Buying some big old amazing fish or something. Cut me up some lemons, have some rice and some vegetables and shit. Cause I be eating like that too. You know, I do. I eat like that. But I don't have to necessarily have food that's really like not gonna be beneficial. You know, but like fish is good. That's a protein source, and that's a good thing. And it's got them acids, and it's got that shit in there for your heart, and it's got what you need in there. You see, so that's why it's good to have that. So, and then when you get it in you, it's good to burn, and it's good to just be in, yeah, it's good to be in shape, and it's good to be um, putting everything to its right source. Because I don't want to be just sitting up here. And then next thing you know, I'm sitting up there looking tomorrow. Mother's about big boy. Motherfucker be real big boy for real. Big boy plays for real. He be like, damn, I wonder how I get like that. And you get up, you try to put your socks on. Before I get up, put my socks on. I get up and put my socks on. But my stomach be like, when my body be like nigga, like nah, nigga, like you big. Hell yeah, cause you like when you bend down, like your stomach can let you like your body some shit. So like, no, it's time to muscle up. Fuck that. I don't like that feeling of, what I'm saying? It's good to have some weight on you and shit like that. But then once you start doing it, and then like I said, this big boy play, so I'm eating this shit, and I'm doing it big too, just on the strength of the spectacular. Cause that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm going for. It's really what I'm after. Did I mention I'm really looking for what you call that steak? Uh, Damn, it ain't no T-bone steak. It ain't the tomahawk. It's the other one. What porterhouse? Yeah. But I'm looking for 50. I'm looking for a 50 ounce. I'm looking for a 50. I ain't looking for no 60 ounce. Uh, yeah, I'm looking for a 40, a 48. I'm looking for a 50. I mean, if I gotta put a 60 up there, that's cool. But a cool 40, a cool 40, 50, cool 45, 50, at least a 40. Yeah, I'm looking for a 40 ounce or a 50 ounce. It don't matter. A 50 would be nice though. I wouldn't even play no games with a 50. I'm telling you, if I had an opportunity to put that 50 up there, I go get me some special. Oh yeah, everything gotta be. Oh yeah, it's gotta be a special occasion. You hear me? Oh yeah, then I'm gonna get me some. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna look it up online. I'm gonna go find me some really nice wine that pairs with that. You know what? Somebody said something about something was in the Bible about if somebody liked some wine and luxury that they would never have wine and luxury. When I thought about it, I said, well, I don't give a fuck about no wine. And I ain't really had too much luxury shit instead of the shit I really put into my life to make it luxury, right? So it's like, it ain't like, well, this is what it is, but I don't consider myself with luxuries, but it is a luxury. Everything is luxurious and luxurious. Did I mention? So when there's people overseas and they, what I'm saying, they over there with kibbles and bits. Now I get deep. When some like, well, some nights we don't eat over there and all that old bullshit. Some nights, yeah. Well, some nights they ration and shit. They, take the time and they, um, you know, use that time. They fast a lot and all that. But nah, it's a difference, motherfucker. Fast, motherfucker ain't got no cabbage, motherfucker can't get it. It ain't around. You gotta scrape. It's they scraping. So it's the luxury. Everything is that a motherfucker don't love. No, a motherfucker damn sure don't love being anything less than what they should be. But like I say, I think them people put that shit in there because they didn't want nobody to reach for the stars. Like you better not want nothing too much. So they threw that in there. Yeah, don't act like you trying to get big, nigga. Because if you big, you would never be a sucker. You couldn't have a mind frame of a, see what I'm saying? You couldn't have a mind frame of being underneath something, but you got the mind frame of something big. then you know it come with the big shit. You know, it's like don't think about that. Don't want that. Mm-mm. You just want a little bit. Meanwhile, shit, this everything is a lot. Everything, nature is abundant. Ain't no little bit, nigga. They ain't gonna tell the ocean just be a little bit. You just make a little bit of ocean water. Hey, don't have all that water. No, 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 no. Get rid of some of that water. Just be a little bit of water out there. Hell no, nigga. Everything big. Everything is abundant. So that's what everything's supposed to be. And if you abundant, more than likely you gonna have some nice shit. I mean, I don't see too much shit that's not. I mean, if it is abundant, I don't see why wouldn't it be in the company of something luxury or something like that. I mean, I don't understand. I mean, I don't see like everybody that's having paper and shit like that. Like, yeah, they live in a certain type of way. I don't know how luxurious though, but for the most part, pretty luxurious for what I can see. So you gonna put them in there? You can't put them in there. I know some preachers living in $1 million homes. I ain't talking about no little neighborhood dope fiend in the ghetto ass preacher. I'm talking about some real preachers. You hear me? I'm talking about the motherfuckers come on the TV on a Sunday. Yeah, I'm talking about the big congregation. Yeah, money funneling, channeling through there, all the way down, trickling all the way down to the little ones. But I'm talking about the big ones right now, and they're being funded by the people. Give me that money so I can put it towards God and His Word and get that money up out you. Next thing you know, you look up. Shit, he over there. Boy, he campaigning. Look up, type up. I'll tell you what you do. type up, type up preachers, churches, preachers, rich churches and preachers and their properties. Type up the land. That's what you do. That's what you type up. You type up that, you'll see it. But then they'll tell you in there, don't you try to do it. Don't you want it? But they all got mansions. And they all rich as fuck, but that's what it is. But they don't be mistaken. Don't be fooled by it. A lot of them was fooled by it, right? The only thing is, if God, if He allowed you to have an idea and a thought of what that is, then that's what it's about. That's exactly what it's about. If He gave you the ability to see it, then He wanted you to see that. He wanted you to know. Damn what they talking about. Damn what they can't see. And don't let them talk you out. Don't let them try to get you out your. Don't let them try to talk you out your shit. Mm-mm. About what you understand, you know, and that's real. But anyway, y'all, so this ain't no long live, man. I just came in to get something to snack on, just to tell y'all what's up and shit like that. I wasn't really doing nothing, you know. God is good, and that's real. And another day in the game, and I appreciate the game for what it's worth. You hear me? Hell yeah. Before he thought I was gonna let them play with me, they're like, well, yeah, we gonna do this. We already knew he was going over there because he already said it. But what we gonna do is we gonna do this. You gonna do shit to me. Because tomorrow I'll be right back over here. Doing what? Whipping up, showing you what's up. Showing you this throwback. And then getting the properties, getting the nutritional value and properties from things. Because see, we ain't just doing nothing and not knowing that what they do. See what I'm saying? We doing something and knowing the value, nutritional value that it has. Hell yeah, because we get that, because that's what we do. We come over here, we snack on something, and then we can get off into what we, you know, it's a food thing, you know. But you know, we could talk about many things. Yeah, it ain't no you know, limit on what it is. You know, I just try to keep it in the you know, because you know how they do, you know how they play. They don't like my law, you know, so I don't give a damn. This ain't no out, you know. Well, it ain't no. See, me, I have to deal with certain stuff. I just can't handle. I don't, That's why I don't just mess with them. Cause me, I had to do it myself. If I, you know, if I felt like I was gonna have a problem, shit, 'cause I could do it. But I'm gonna be on here, and that's real. So let me see. We did that. We did that. So yeah, I'll be back. Yeah. And then tomorrow I gotta tomorrow. Yeah, I gotta get some shit going tomorrow. So yeah, we gonna be back on there. Like I said, tomorrow night, we gonna be back on here. You know what I'm saying? Just like clockwork. Doing something. Now that's my idea of what I want to snack on. But tomorrow calls for a new day. I might sit up here and have the taste buds. I might sit up there and have a taste for all kind of shit tomorrow. Well, I might not even want. Nah, for real. I might not even want. I might not even want what I'm thinking about. I'm thinking right now what I'm gonna do tomorrow. Shit, tomorrow come out. I said, man, shit, the hell with that shit. I'm gonna give me some of this. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm gonna give me something totally different. Tomorrow's Monday. I gotta get on that clock. Right. Yeah, man. Yeah. Tomorrow is It's tomorrow Square Business Day. So yeah, you wake up Square Business, but then I'm, you know what I'm saying? I'm doing what I'm doing on. But I'll be on my channels now. Tomorrow I don't know what I want to do, but for my other channel, I'm gonna put something down. I'm gonna start putting the pre-records down and stuff like that. I'm moving to Vietnam so I can save some money. Damn, Vietnam, that's crazy. Now rent is cheap. I mean, you can get some shit. That's just like Africa, but then it's like once you move to Vietnam, you could be there for about 90 days. Then after that, you gotta wiggle. Unless you're gonna go to Thailand, hit the border, and come right back the same day for 150. Or if you're gonna try to get permanent residency, but you gotta have a wife there, a husband, or you gotta have business there, or some type of money, or you gotta be funding them, campaigning or something. But you could stay you could stay there though, because if you was there 90 days and you just wiggle like, okay, I'm finna wiggle, go over here to where that motherfucker, Vietnam, go to Thailand and check in over there for about just turn around. Yeah, hit the border, get stamped. Once you come in with a new stamp, you fresh. You just go right back home every 90 days, and that's cool. I mean, because if you saving, I mean, you're gonna be campaigning too. I heard they got some good food over in that motherfucker. But I just hope all that shit is good though over in that motherfucker. I hope they ain't got no shit like the shit they talking about over there. But I know it's some shit. Boy, you get to hit them different countries, they gonna have something. They gonna have something up in there. Depending on what kind of food, the quality of the service of that motherfucker. That's what I'm saying. Shit. But I wouldn't say I'd rather be sick in that motherfucker, but I would rather be sick over that motherfucker than to be sick somewhere where motherfucker. But they all be talking about the same shit. Because insurance is different. You hit another country, boy, that shit different. Especially if you get hold to that food. That food do something that you might just have to sleep it off. Shit, Chinese motherfucker, Asian, Vietnam, but she come here, she say, I know what's wrong. I know what's wrong with you. Don't worry about it. Yeah, motherfucker, he's sick. Boy, he's sick, boss. Hell yeah. Motherfucker come up there and give you some tea. And the tea has some herbs and some spices and shit in it. Some medicine in the tea. Some honey and some shit. Chinese girl, Vietnam girl. She got the recipe. Yeah, they've been healing motherfuckers. But they've been healing motherfuckers for years. Shit. They've been looking at niggas like you come in there and get sick. They just made that nigga's stomach messed up. Shit. But that girl gonna come up there with that thing that she gonna have that tea. Hell yeah, she's gonna have that shit. Gonna have that medicine in it. Here, drink some of this. You gonna be looking and shit. Hey, you gonna have to drink it because you gonna be thinking shit. Hey, what worse can happen when you sitting up at that motherfucker, boy, then poison like a motherfucker with that food. Trying to take, but they can take care of you. See, the good thing about people like that and places like that is that I rely on medicine, because I come from America, so I rely on medicine a lot. But I do rely on home remedies and medicines from ancient times, and because grandmama, she showed me how to do some shit. So when I see them people over there, and nigga, it don't matter, they could heal you up, but you gotta be around some good people. So if you ain't around, boy, shit, you out there in them city streets, shit, them people ain't trying to heal nobody. People out there trying to get high, shit, you gotta be back up in there with grandmama, yeah, with the family and them. You gotta be out there with the family and them. That's gonna be the only way. Shit, holistic. Yeah, it's gonna be holistic. Holistic. It's gonna be herbal. It's gonna be all natural. Yeah, she ain't gonna bring no medicine up there. You ain't gotta worry about nobody bringing no pills and none of that shit. All that shit coming in plants. They motherfucker coming through with all kind of plants. Shit hanging leaves, the twigs, branches. Shit boiling pots, herbs and fruits. You gonna be all kind of shit whipped up in there. Like the Indians, they know how to. Yeah, they can heal you. That's why when niggas went to Africa and got sick, couldn't nobody heal them. They had to run to the hospital, and then they try to hit them in the head. Nigga, give me some money, nigga, to give you something. Yeah, they do them niggas all kind of ways in Africa. So ain't nobody trying to heal them. Did nobody take them back up in there with grandmama and them and give them niggas the recipe to heal? See, allegedly, right. Well, they ain't got no record of it. Ain't nobody showing nobody whipping up no meds. Everybody claimed they got sick. They was sick as a dog, but they ran up to the hospital to get hit in the head. Mother told them they need some cabbage. So never not once did somebody say they wasn't sick and went to the medicine man, the medicine woman in the village or in the town with ancient remedies. You hear me? They just didn't hook. They wasn't connected like that. I'm telling you what they connected to. Connected to the bullshit. That's why if the shit happened, some niggas gonna be right there to try to hit you in the head. Now you say sleep it off. Yeah, no, Nirvana, you sitting up there, your stomach hurting, it's twisted. You in pain like a mother, you throwing up. You got diarrhea, man. You in bad shape. It's a bug. What you wondering? Got a bug on your ass? No, for real. You was fine. You was doing fine at home. Took your ass all the way up in there. You know how it be when you go to foreign shit. It's that your body is like your immune system is built up in like we like nature, like bees, like pollen. Like we be in our certain things. So when the wind blow and pollen do, when we get honey from our area, all that stuff works together. When they get us out of town, when they get us over there like that, that's the first thing it attacks is our immune system. Just to breathe air. Let's know and get something to snack on, and then a motherfucker give you something that's wrong. It ain't got the right. It ain't got. It ain't right. Flies then landed, eggs and mother gnats and shit. Then they whip it up and give it to you. You put it in you, and you go back with the heat fever. You got the you got the heat fever on your ass. Yeah, you got a fever temperature on your ass. With 102, 100. Yeah, you hot, body hot. You sick. You don't know what kind of typhoid fever. What you do? Well, like, you doing all the way overseas. You got that motherfucker now. So now you gotta sit up there and figure out how to get this motherfucker off you. And they, like I said, they be knowing what it be because they know, But I just like to be, at least around somebody that can work. I don't mind, I know I can't help it. I gotta get used. I gotta adapt to this type of shit. But it be shit. Me like shit going over there to try to be like me going to Vietnam, like me being in Vietnam back in the days when when they was at war. No, for real. Cause my body ain't no telling how my body gonna react. I mean, it should react cool, you know. I mean, hell, I want all cook all my shit thoroughly. Yeah, I'm probably eat some seafood too. I think I'm eat that seafood. Get that fish in you. I know they got them fresh shrimps, big old motherfucking shrimp. We got some shrimps look like lobsters. That motherfucker, hell yeah, fresh. Straight off the I'm be watching mom have I be some binoculars. Boy, yeah, where that boat coming in right there, that's a lobster boat right there. Give me mine off the boat. Put it right over there on the fire. I ain't got time. Don't worry about no refrigerator. I know y'all ain't trying to refrigerate too much shit nowhere. Give me mine off the boat. I'm gonna take mine over here. Matter of fact, I go cook it myself, yeah, cause I know how to work. Take it up there, rinse it off, pray over it. Yeah, you got to you got to do it right. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you gotta, yeah. Cause ain't nothing like if when you somewhere Now you sick. You ain't got nobody. You ain't no American doctors. The motherfucker talking to you in a different language. Imagine being fucked up. This motherfucker speaking something else. Then you got You got to get a translator in there. They gonna get one. He said, man, I don't know that. You writing shit down. Boy, I'm trying to tell you, boy. That wouldn't be no joke. But no, I seen it happen. That's the reason why I say it, because I seen people leave here, go to different countries, blame it on cooks. I done heard people blame it on goddamn weather, blame it on the water that's coming out the faucet. I heard you go there and take a shower, you can get that shit. Malaria in running water. Bacteria water like a motherfucker. And you know how you take a shower, you be like, ugh. Because when you shower, it's hot too. Water's hot. You got that steam, and steam will get in there. Malaria steam on your ass. So you can't beat it. That should attack your skin. That should attack your skin and every goddamn thing else. Attack your organs. Attack your immune system. I'm trying to tell you, you ain't did nothing but took a shower. Like, imagine pulling up. You just get off the plane. You get a ride to the hotel. You jump in the shower and you wake up. Boy, yeah, shit. You sick before you even go to bed. Cause you ain't got hope that shit didn't got on you. See, they ain't got no sewage system. They ain't spend no money on nobody. What everybody give a damn about nobody? I said, will you leave this motherfucker here? I was just talking about this earlier over there. That's why it's always good to be somewhere where the goddamn money at. I don't give a damn where you live, but if you go over there to live, you just make sure there's some nice, some good shit to offer, because they ain't gonna treat the motherfuckers with some money like that. They treat the motherfuckers with money a little good. When you start living down up in there and all this shit, man, that's when it, yeah. But if you know where the money at, 9 times out of 10 they gonna take care of you. Shirley, what's going on? I see you. Yeah. You didn't even get to call your family and tell them you made it. No, I mean, you can call them and tell them you made it, but then you gonna call them right back and tell them you don't feel, you ain't feeling, yeah, you feeling all kind of ways. See, because that's that shit down there. I'm telling you, the niggas is over there, man. They was roasting chickens. They was selling meat outside. Now some of them stores over there, they had meat in the freezer, but some of them niggas was riding with chickens on the back of the bike. They was slaughtering shit, riding down the street. The shit wasn't room temperature. Ain't no, you know what I'm saying? So the meats was the food. It was coming back through the food. You know, them niggas was overseas. Them niggas was sick. I see them. What can you do? But then, like I say, then you gotta run to the hospital. See me, my coverage. I got an internal. Yeah. I got an internal coverage. Yeah, my coverage is internal. So when I leave this, if I leave this, I don't even think my coverage reach. When they hit that motherfucker and they come up, home calls. Oh, they come up. Oh, where that nigga at? Man, shit. Matter of fact, I can't even go out of state. I go out of state and get sick. I done gave them people my information. I told them that. Matter of fact, I cussed some people. I told them, man, get your ass out of here. I said, I gave you my information. I told you my name. Running through this, well, we don't find it. I don't see what you got. I said, man, look, fuck what you talking about. I'm from out of state. What you mean you don't see it? And they study sending me some shit right now. No, that's supposed to be, I'm covered. But I can't even go out of state and get the recommendation. See? Less known. Crossing shit. I cross seas. Motherfucker looking at me like, money, please. You sitting there, motherfucker dying, hurt like I'm like, hey man, like, I ain't got no goddamn. They hitting you with all these dumbass numbers and prices. Yeah, that'd be, let me see how much that's gonna be. Oh, that'll be so many different millions and hundreds of thousands of this money, and then, oh yeah, just to even start to even see, like, yeah. And you sitting there like, well, they're like, oh, this country full of sick people. Hell yeah, this ain't America. Hell nah, boy, you get sick over there, boy. And you know what? America got some shit where you hear, if you need a certain type of surgery or something, like, I want to get this or some medical shit, like, oh, that costs. Hell yeah, that costs. They gonna charge you. Ain't no, and well, we'll just fix it and we'll just do it. Hell no, that's a procedure. They charge money. Hell yeah, they need 30. They need a 30 just to. Like a lot of stuff, but if you sick, if you come in like, they gonna take your temperature, they gonna take your blood, they gonna give you an x-ray, they gonna figure out what's up with you. I say, oh, okay, we see it. Your stomach hurt. You know, you in bad shape. It's this, it's that. They're gonna give you some meds. They're gonna help you out. They'll make you feel a little bit better. And they gonna give you, yeah, you know, if you come in there, you know, especially if you sick from something, an illness, an ailment or something, they gonna help you. Yeah, they gonna do that for you. They gonna get you out of pain and all that. They ain't gonna let you sit up there like that. But shit over there, man, don't tell them what them goddamn people. Boy, don't tell them what them people gonna do. And they speaking something else that you can't even say. Motherfucker don't even understand what you saying. You sitting there talking shit, damn. People sitting there smiling, looking at your ass, laughing. And you come up in there. It's a serious thing in there because they know people coming in there because they need some help. But shit, you being foreign, shit, you be a joke. You nigga a class clown. Especially when they look at you and see that you got some shit on you and they gonna need that to get it off you. And they know your shit ain't covered from over there to over there. Now you gotta go with international shit. You gotta go over there and get their shit. So what if I do that? Oh, you could buy into, you know, you might be able to buy into their shit. Now if I can come over there, buy into y'all, can I get some type? Yeah, if I get sick, you know, something like that, y'all help. Yeah, cause that's a scary, man. That's a scary thing to be somewhere. Yeah, motherfuckers sound like they don't want to. Cause them niggas, them niggas was over there, and it was real, and they didn't want to pay. They didn't want to pay the money to the people, right? So they learned in the hood that okay, if you get sick off this shit like this, instead of going in there and paying that money, if you ain't got no insurance, to go to the gas station, get these pills, and you could take these pills, and these pills will get rid of these pills will make you feel better. So they start going to get gas station medicine. The when the shit kicked in, instead of going over there and paying them to make them, so I was like, man, hell no. Well, imagine getting sick and you gotta go to the gas station and get damn. Waiting the doctor is like, well, I'm talking about yeah. You be up there with the cars, and bikes and shit up there at the damn gas station. They said pay me first, right? Yeah, they not no, they're not gonna work on you. Oh, you think it's America where they gonna hurry up and do the procedure because you're sick and then you know, send you home and get your address and all that shit, and then bill you and say, hey, you owe us for the treatment we did for you and shit like that, you know. So you gonna come in from out the country and they gonna hit you with a thousands and thousands of dollars procedure and then just let you go to the house or Airbnb, whatever hotel, whatever you staying at, hostel, whatever the fuck you doing out there. And we gonna send you a bill to the place you staying as a visitor, and then we gonna tell you owe us some band. With no way knowing we gonna get hell now. So you out there, especially in Africa. No, cause I seen it. That's why I be thinking. I be like, damn. That's why I went and got a surgery. And the reason why I was thinking about that is because before I had a surgery, I was thinking about going, you know, out the country and shit like that. And I was really wanting to go. But my stomach was kind of fucked up. You know, my stomach was messed up. And I knew it kept messing up after time after time. So I was always thinking about me being places and and my stomach ended up messing up. You know, bowel obstruction, because that's what I used to get. So I thought to myself, well, um, damn, if I go over there and I end up with obstruction, I said they're not gonna know what to do. They're not. I mean, there's some doctors that might understand. Okay, you got hit up with some iron. They cut you open. They took the. So you've been. So you fucked up. So we can look at it and see. But shit, now you way over there. And they talking about they need to do an emergency surgery. Yeah, they need to go in and fix this shit because it's mainly. And is they thinking about fixing it the right way, or is they thinking about just saying fuck it, put a bag on him and fix it, or what kind of mindset that they got? But nigga, no, you sick, and you know you ain't, you know this shit can trigger your stomach, and you could be in bad shape over there, you know, and you sitting over there, and you end up obstructed. You run to them and say, yeah, bowel obstruction. You know, as doctors they understand, like okay, I understand, but we're gonna look at you on the X-ray. So yeah, you need a massive surgery. So you can either fly out this motherfucker, you can fly back in pain for 2 3 days straight. I don't know how you gonna make it through there through a life and death situation. That's crazy. On a 1 day flight, a 1 day and 1 night flight, or we can, fix it, or we can just stabilize it for some bands, and then you can get, you're gonna be half-ass cool with it. You're gonna be half-ass, but they're not gonna recommend that you wiggle. But the doctors here, if you come in there and you got obstruction and they check it and see you obstructed, they got to keep you. Yeah, they got to. Well, they recommend that you go with them. They ain't gonna force you. They be like, well, shit, fuck it, he on his own, make him sign the paper. Hell yeah, they'll let you go, but they'll tell you off top like, nah, you gotta stay here. But if you over there and you come in there and you are in that condition where you need to stay there, they don't give a hell no. You don't need to stay here. Only way you need to stay here is if you got the money. See, so that's what made me start thinking. That's what made me start thinking twice. But then I ended up going to get the little surgery and shit. So now I feel like I feel I'm cool. But the only thing that get me is now I ain't thinking about me being messed up. Now I'm thinking, well, shit. Well, if I come out around some shit, and come in contact, some bad water, bad food, or bad air, whatever the hell they got, and it hit me, and then where do I go, and then how that work, or do I gotta have it on me, or do I gotta go through? Do I gotta be out there like that? You know. So I be thinking about that. Yeah, you got to take all that shit into consideration. Hell yeah. Ask them. Shit. Because where else could we go? America, that's one thing about America. Hell, if you get sick, if you get the flu or whatever, hell, you get hit by a car. Shit. People come pick your ass up. Hell, you could be out there strung out on them damn streets and be out there lollygagging and acting like whatever, you in bad shape or something. They'll come pick your ass up then. Take you, take you over there or whatever. Take you somewhere. Talk to you. Give you some fluids. Mm-hmm. If they felt something was wrong. But yeah, that's how it is here. But when you get to them places and stuff like that, it'd be different. Especially when you. But shit, immediately I would have to. If I went anywhere and I was gonna live there, I would immediately. That would be one of my first stops. Health insurance. Now, what kind of shit can I get to in case I get fucked up out here fucking with y'all, crazy motherfuckers? What kind of shit y'all got? Well, we got this here. You pay this little shit, and then we'll take care of you. It cover it. This the what we got. Okay, this what motherfucker got a little bit of change in his pocket. Let me get that. Now I got a card. I'm overseas. I got me insurance medical card. That's why I get fucked up. When they wheel me up in that motherfucker, motherfucker ain't gotta be looking at me, asking me all about no money and none of that. You get this card and put it in your system. Get your ass on, look at these doctors. Get up out of here, get this shit going. Cause I ain't got time. And until I can make sure that I could be all right, and I'm gonna be, somebody got my back. Hell yeah, cause I gotta make sure. Hey, I gotta make sure motherfucker got my motherfucker back. Cause I can't be out there like that. I would tell you like grandma when used to tell you, yeah, you be out there on a wing. You be out there on a wing and a prayer. That's what you call a wing and a prayer right there, cause you don't know what's going on. Hell no. You gotta have the information. You gotta be able to do it. So they say, okay, well, this is what we need, or this is what you gotta do. Or you just gotta have some cabbage. Depending on where we at, different places might come with some different stuff. But if I'm somewhere where I'm prone to this shit, then that makes a big difference. And I'm more prone and you more desperate for the money. Yeah, because what they did to the niggas over there. What they did to the niggas. But I guess that's just how it is. Like I said, they don't have a lot of stuff over there. The type of stuff you get here. You don't get that type of stuff over there. Resources and shit. Hell no. Food stamps, food banks, free Section 8s and. No, they don't have that. They don't have a program like that. You need a global health plan. Yeah, Nevada. A global, a global. But see, that's international. That's an international carrier. But that's a commercial. But that's a commercial carrier. Not for real. Because when you start moving around and shit, working with, boy, you working with spirits. You working with overseas foreign doctors. That's crazy. Cause just to think about it, the doctors here is crazy in the motherfucker. Like I say, so they do good work though, but they is crazy in the motherfucker. So just imagine being, you gotta go there, you motherfucker boy, and you. But like I say, if they got it, if they got international health insurance or global, that would be the route. Cause that's number one. Cause like I say, you do not want to get caught over there and people looking at you, and I don't think they really care about us like they. I don't think they really care about us like that. Omega 3 is good for your mind. Yeah, Shirley, that's what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. Healthy fish. You didn't even call your family, tell them I'm alright. The way my immune system is set, I might not make it. Right, that's what I'm saying. Depending on all the way it's set up, the way everybody individually, boy, some people got weaker, we got weaker systems. Well, not really weaker systems, but like delicate type shit. Hell yeah, finicky. Shit, where you get over there. Well, I'm trying to tell you, and then you could, they be having, you can, I don't know, you could just go places, you could see certain stuff. Certain places gotta, it should have a fresh smell, like a fresh air, fresh water, you know. Then if you go smelling some shit, you might smell some pollutants, some toxins. Like, you ever been like through New York City at night, like certain city parts? You ever been somewhere where it was some, what I'm saying? Just mainly you can kind of like feel it on it. You could kind of smell it in the air, like a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? If it's something like that, you're like, damn, something you can't really get off you. Or if you're somewhere more natural, more cleansed, somewhere more, an area more open, less, what I'm saying, of all that crazy shit. Like, we just gonna throw it up there and just do it like this. Versus, it's 2026, doing it the right way. So we don't know. So that's the difference. But, then you got people, they may be acting, acting like they, we doing this, but they really getting the shit. They really trying to play it and get the shit wrong. Like, everybody else, hopefully, because, people, places around here, you got to have, everything got to be certified through a thing. But one thing about them over there, they don't play that. They don't really play too much of that. And especially now, more modern, especially if you're around some more modern shit, they using more health health code shit, and they really really clean. They're really about some clean shit. And hopefully, like I say, if they got some really pure water, good water that's pure, and they test it and say it's straight from the spring and all of those type of shit, and they drinking good water with good fish and good food with good vegetables and shit and fruit, shit, that's probably a good place. Hell yeah. That's probably a good place because, like I say, them people, they very, very intelligent and they really about that sanitation shit. Matter of fact, I seen a video where they was over there in the damn the way where they run their jails and all that shit. Sanitation. You gotta clean. That whole kitchen was immaculate, spotless, and they cared about sanitizing the dishes, sanitizing the cookware. It was all. I said, damn, and that was in they jail shit. So I was like, okay, so I don't know how they would run a program. There would be more, but like I said, it's some places that you know it may be outside of that place, or it may be somewhere a little less care. They might be upgraded more over there than there, but it might be a lot more money to be. But that be. But then if you wanted to, do it like this, then we go over here. And then over here, they just, they throwing the shit around a little bit. They living a little rough around the edges. You know what I'm saying? But it ain't nothing if you don't want to save a little bit of change in your pocket. Oh yeah, come on up in here with us. And then it hits your ass. So somewhere you get wrong when you down up in there. See? So it's just depending on the level. Yeah, it's just depending on the frequency of what you're doing. I don't think so. I didn't think this through. No, thinking it through. Look, thinking it through is the real shit. But look, if you, it be people like, okay, well, I sold my house. Well, I sold some businesses and I did some stuff. You know what I'm saying? I got up out of here. Okay, show up over there. You gotta, you know what I'm saying? Pockets fat. So, you show up and it ain't nothing. You get a little, you feel a little certain type of way from a motherfucker. They probably be talking about a little something. It might cost you a couple bands or something like that just to get a little help. But shit, you gonna throw them some bands and get the help. You got some pay. But we talking about, going in, not saying that you was gonna go in and you wasn't gonna have no pay. But I'm saying like, well shit, if you do go in, if you got some pay, why even pay them if you can get a system? But then if they say you can't get the system unless you live there, then it's like, well shit, what do I do? How do you do it? You pack up and wiggle, just take a ride from the wild side and just roll. I mean, because once you get on that plane, it's gonna be like, damn. They're gonna be like, well, where this motherfucker going? Well, somebody have to help somebody at some point in time. I believe they will, but that's for me. That's just crazy. Like I say, and I know it's easy because you think about it like, damn, where do all the people go that's there? Well, they hooked up, but then they got something they hooked up with, but they don't make that much. So it ain't like they really got that much, but then there's some people out there that's rich. So there's some people that do make a lot. So it's just a lot, it varies. But it's like, if the poor people down there and they, cause I seen some shit. Boy, I seen some shit, boy, I can't never forget. I'm for real too. Yeah, I seen some shit. They said, baby, yeah. So I seen where they had these houses they was living in, right? They weren't even houses. They was like 10, had 10 sheds on the roof, 10 metal rooftops and flimsy wood on the walls for the doors. And then it had sticks that was holding the houses up above the water. But the water was contaminated. The water was like a sewage water because it wasn't no running, ain't no running pipes and nothing back up in there. So they using the bathroom in the water, and they, don't want shit in the water or whatever, but they won't swim in the water. They won't fall in the water. They just uh, travel through this water to get and maneuver through this city that's over this sewage water that they living in. So you just walk across these boards, the sewage water underneath. The smell's got to be horrible. It is just different little shacks and just different ones all the way through. It's kids out there, it's women, it's niggas, and it's many through there. But that ain't the only hood I seen like that with the water at the bottom, with the sewage water at the bottom, with the little living shit on top. Yeah, they got some shit like that in Africa too. But for sure, Philippine, I think it's Manila, Philippines. Yeah, I think it's the slums, the Filipino slums. Mm-hmm. No, that's a bad motherfucking. Boy, that's a bad motherfucking section over there. Yeah, when you come through there on that little boat with that sewage water and come up there and now that's where you get sick at back up in there. Now, it was some YouTube videos. You type it up. You can look on there. And there's people that went over there and visited them and shit like that. And took them through there and showed them how they live in there and what it was all about. But that's heavy back up in there, And somebody like me, I wouldn't even go. I mean, if I was trying to get some content or whatever, I mean, that's cool to try to go up in there and get some content. But like, I wouldn't even go up in there to try to even get no content because it's like that ain't even that necessary. You feel me? I believe it. I can see it. Because once somebody tell me some shit like that and I get a dose of it, don't nothing tell me to go document it. Some tell me to steer clear. Because whatever that is over there, for sure, them people immune to it. what you do need to know, they immune to that stuff. Them people is their bodies is adapted to that stuff. Yeah. Them people bodies adapted to that. They ain't gonna get sick like that. I mean they could. But they ain't gonna get sick like me and you would. We come to that motherfucker, we getting sick. Well, we getting sick just by pulling up to that motherfucker. But they be through there making rice, and walking back and forth on them boards and jumping in boats, them little canoes, and motherfucker living in that motherfucker right there in the city like they just really. And you know the killer part. Everybody being there smiling. You don't see nobody mad. Ain't nobody in there cussing. Ain't nobody in there cussing, arguing. Ain't no fighting. Ain't nobody. I mean, they wasn't showing nobody really doing it. Like when you come through there and look around, everybody waving, kids waving, hey, they laughing and shit. They like, fuck it. I don't even think they know it's. I don't even, not that they know if they care, but if you look at it, it's like they don't give a damn. They don't know. They don't care. They don't even give a damn. No, they just know they just where they at. It's just whatever. But they all got good attitudes and they all smile up in that motherfucker, and it's just all what it is, reality. But it's not a reality for me. Because, for one, I can't even get too, I don't want to get too close to it. That's for one. But two, by me even being in somewhere in the vicinity of the shit, oh, that's a couple miles down that way, man. Fuck that. If that's down there, then would trickle, motherfucker try to trickle down up in the, trickle down up here all the yeah, because you got to think when you be around them places. Shit, that shit connected to some shit. You gotta have a hookup. Gotta have a hookup. So yeah, y'all. That's it. Y'all stay tuned to this real game, because like I say, we gonna be back again tomorrow with something else, man. I'm finna put this game down, man. Get this shit together, man. I'm gone.